platforms work. They drive business results, and 8 million businesses depend on us every single day to grow their business. And so for me, it's not even about getting share shift from TV or anything. I go into every single client meeting with the same objective. What are your business challenges? You should only invest on our platforms if we're driving growth in your business. Period. End of story.
Period.
And they have to believe it. That's it. That's the only game that matters. I'm not there to sell them impressions. There's a gazillion impressions out there. They can do all sorts of things. But I want the client, the end client, to say when I'm not in the room, I want them to look at their market share sheet, look at their P&L, and I want them to say to their team, wow, our business is being driven a hell of a lot by Facebook and Instagram. That's what we need to do.
So two things. One is in terms of where their mind is, and second is where their behavior is manifested. So we measure the behavior through something called a spending pulse. We see the transactions of how people are spending on different categories. And we also do tracking more in terms of the psychology of consumers. So I'll ignore the most obvious one, like elections. Everyone is preoccupied with elections, at least in the US right now. But the things which are fascinating to me of what people are really preoccupied with is redefining their entire lives, recrafting and redesigning their lives, because everything has been put topsy-turvy. The kids are staying at home. There is no school. You can't go to office, and you are, having social distance. You cannot meet friends, and you're getting obsessed and literally addicted to various digital devices. They are completely re-examining this big time, in their own way, consciously, subconsciously, whatever.
That's right.
Second, and heightened focus on well-being. It's not just health as in physical health and mental health, but overall well-being, which includes, it's more a mental state to say, okay, financially, I'm all right, my kids are doing well, my job is secure, or whatever it is. So it's a whole package. We call it well-being in total. The third one, I would say, is an amazing jump in adoption of pets.
Yes.
It's extraordinary how much of movement we see in that. Entertainment, very obvious, because you don't have anything else to do. You are looking at entertainment, streaming, and all that good stuff. Fortunately for us, shopping is still continuing very strong, and you'll be surprised to see that the shopping levels, other than travel, have already crossed the pre-COVID levels last year.
For a lot of people that are watching that are entrepreneurs, they want to make more money this year to buy a nicer boat or car instead of putting that money back into the business and build something long-term. So for me, the reason I've seen, that we even have to say things like do it for them, focus on them, for them. Like, I don't want to make another piece of content creative on television or on digital that isn't something that somebody doesn't want to see. Like, the reason people make that mistake is they're worried about the short term. Thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you completely on that. I do think the amazing thing about Roblox is we have a founder who's been building this for 15 years. And so this is the opposite of a short-term revenue-focused company, which is amazing. I mean, we have been always focused on the long term. And one of our core values is take the long view. Yes. And again, like if you're building a metaverse and creating a category that hasn't been done, of course. But I agree with you. I think that sometimes people get focused on the short term. Fortunately, that's not the case with Roblox. Awesome. And I even think with TripAdvisor, very founder-based company, yes, very much focused on building for a sustained long-term business. But yeah, you're right. It's very much founder and CEO driven. And I think within the company, though, I think really having the customer at the center, bringing in the insights is really important. And I think that's where, if you lose sight of, what are you trying to solve for? Like, who is the sort of the bread and butter? What's your, magic moment you're creating every day for those customers? Staying close to that, I think, is super important.